Okay, I'm back with another video. As you can see, I've been a little bit busy. I haven't been shaving, so I'm looking a little bit rugged. But despite that, today I'm going to talk about the Japan tag, or rather I'm going to do the Japan tag. So let's get started. Question 1. The reason I moved to Japan is a little bit of a long story, but I'll try to summarize it here. So, one of the reasons is when I was a really young child, about 4 years old, I went to a preschool, and at this preschool they had a teacher who was Japanese. She didn't teach Japanese, she taught art. But one day we had like a cultural festival, and so during this cultural festival, all the teachers brought in things from, their culture. So a teacher that was, Italian American would bring in like pasta or pizza, or a teacher that was German American would bring in like sausages or something. But to me, these things weren't interesting because I ate pizza and spaghetti and sausage at my house normally, so I didn't think that was special. The Japanese teacher brought in rice crackers, and she brought in other things, like she brought in that really low table and taught us how to sit down and use chopsticks. So I thought it was really interesting, and so I think that sparked my first interest in Japan. And then as I got older, I started to become interested in martial arts and anime and manga and all sorts of things. So after I left high school and went to university, I made lots of friends who were Japanese, because there's lots of Japanese people at my university. So after I finished, I thought, you know what, I always wanted to go to Japan, and now's the time. I wasn't married, I didn't have anything I needed to do, so it was the perfect time, so that's why I came. Question 2. My favorite Japanese food is either sashimi or nankotsu kareage. Sashimi, I like it just because, it's like sushi but without the rice. And I like rice, but, you just get more of what you want with just the plain fish. I already talked about nankotsu, so if you really want to know, check out the video, here. Anyway, question 3. My favorite place in Japan is either Enoshima, which is like a island beach area, and that's a really nice place because it's a beach. I have lots of good memories from there, going there with like friends and my wife, and they have temples there, so it's not only a cultural experience, but it's also like a fun beach experience. And I love the beach because I didn't grow up anywhere near a beach, so I'm always excited to go there. The other place would probably be Kamakura because it has like a rich history. I'm really into samurai and all that kind of thing. And Kamakura is one of not the birthplace of samurai. So that's one of the reasons I like it. Question 4. It's a tie. I'd say either Muteki, which means unrivaled or peerless, etc. Mu means no, and teki means enemy. But it's not necessarily enemy, it can also mean like rival, so it means like unrivaled. Or the other word would be ichigeki. Ichi means one, and geki is like attack, but basically the meaning is like one-hit kill. It's like headshot in the video game. So like one strike, one kill. So I like those. Those are both really strong words, and they're really cool. So I don't know. I actually have both those as shirts too, although I haven't seen my Ichigeki shirt in a while. I don't know what I did with it. But those are my 2 favorite words. Question 5. I can't pin down an absolute favorite thing. There's so many things I like about Japanese culture. One of the things I like about it, which makes it easy for me to live here, is there's not a lot of foolishness, and the foolishness that there is like harmless foolishness. So although sometimes I do stories and talk about things, usually they don't really affect me or they don't affect other people too badly. Whereas in America, there's lots of foolishness, but like it sometimes gets people hurt or people lose money. Whereas here, there's like stories about like an old man wearing a high school girl's uniform, which is kind of funny, but it doesn't hurt anybody. So that's one of the things I like about it. But I could talk about other things. I like samurai. I like ninja. I like martial arts. I like Japanese food. I like anime and manga. I like tea ceremonies. I even like Japanese art. I could go on and on, but I won't. 6. Nothing surprised me. I'm a very worldly person, so, everything I knew about already. Okay, to be honest, there were a few things. Even now, sometimes I find things that surprise me. It's hard to say. There's no one thing that really sticks out in my mind as surprising me, but there's always these little things. Like, it's really interesting for me when I came here. I didn't realize people were so maybe sensitive about being married or not. Lots of people are very secretive about that. Not only being married, but having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's considered like really, really personal, so people don't like to ask other people about it. And not only that, people don't like to tell other people about it. So if you ask someone, what did you do this weekend? They'll say, oh, I went to a restaurant. And really they went on a date with their boyfriend or girlfriend, but they won't mention anything about that. But they'll mention everything they ate on the menu, or what the crowd was like, or the ambiance, etc. But they don't like to mention that they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, which I think is a little bit strange sometimes. And even recently, I had 2 friends of mine that I didn't know were dating got married, and they didn't tell me until after they were married. So I thought this was a little bit strange. And it's not like, oh, they're Facebook friends who you never see. I saw them maybe 3 weeks before they got married, and I didn't even know they were dating each other. So that to me was a little bit strange. Or surprising. Number 7. I don't know if I've picked up too many Japanese habits. I think sometimes maybe I say things in Japanese without thinking. Probably saying like, yada yada, or something like that. Or also doing this gesture to go through crowds. So if you come to Japan, you'll see people, if there's 2 people like close together and someone wants to move through, they'll kind of do this and move through. So this Japanese shark fin to kind of move through people. I do that. And I noticed I even did that in America when I went back for vacation. Number 8. The next place I'd like to go in Japan is Okinawa. I've actually never been there, and people told me it's absolutely beautiful. They say it has like white sand beaches. Some people even told me that the beaches there are more beautiful than Hawaii. So I've never been there, but I really want to go. And I'm actually jealous because someone I used to train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with actually moved there to teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I see pictures of him on the beach, and I see him training on the beach. I think, must be nice. So I really want to go there. You didn't say the number. You just completely forgot that part, huh? Okay. I guess I'll do it for you. Number 9. Not much, really. The only thing is, when I first came to Japan, I wasn't playing much music, and maybe you don't know this, but I'm actually a musician, and if you're listening to this, you might be able to hear some of my music. All the music on my channel is my own original music that I wrote. And when I first came here, I didn't play that much. I wasn't doing any gigs, and for maybe about a year or so, I wasn't even writing music. So if I could go back and do anything over, I would try to form a band or play someplace, and I would have started writing more music earlier. That was kind of a waste on my part. You just forgot the last 2 numbers. You really lose steam after 5 minutes. I know why you do all the short videos now. Anyway, number 10. I don't really have too much advice to give anyone. I mean, at the end of the day, Japan's gonna be Japan, and you're gonna be you. So, if you don't think you're gonna get along with Japan, I would suggest either don't come or don't come for too long, because you get here and you notice things are different, and sometimes that can get you down, especially if you're the type of person that gets angry when things aren't exactly the way you like them to be. But besides that, I'm being negative, sorry about that. But besides that, I would say learn Japanese. The better your Japanese is, the better time you'll have in Japan. When I first came here, my Japanese wasn't so good. Now it's a bit better, but the better your Japanese is, the more you'll feel like a member of society. When you can't speak a language and you can't read a language, you feel like a child because somebody has to help you all the time. And I see this with people that get upset. I've seen even people get upset because they can't talk to someone or they can't communicate, and they blame the other person. But really, it's your fault if you can't speak Japanese. But, you know, sometimes you externalize that problem. Some people might internalize that problem. But the point is, it's a problem, and you will have a problem, and it will annoy you. So try to improve your Japanese to get it as good as you can make it before you come here, and you'll have a better time. I guarantee it. That's all. I'd like to thank Kiva for tagging me. I don't have anybody else to tag because I don't really know too many other Japanese bloggers or YouTubers. But I will make it up to you. I'll see if I can get some of my friends that are too lazy to make YouTube channels and see if I can get them to answer these questions. So be on the lookout for that. And in the future, I'll probably try to tag somebody else with this Japan tag. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye. If you enjoyed that video, subscribe. Also, feel free to comment down below and check out some of my other videos here. Or